When you first meet a woman, you should be spending money. I don't want to hear your fucking excuse why you don't. Then you don't like her. If you're a single man, 100%, that means you've been saving and stacking money. If you cannot send Zells, pay for her nails to get done and hair done before a first date, or pay for some Shein items or Fashion Nova, you should not be dating. I'm tired of seeing all these grown men on this app with all the, oh, she got a proof. Proof what? Proof what? The women are the prize.
What?
What are you? We're just men. We're meant to work and provide. So if you're a single man looking to date, make sure that your checking account is in order.
Nigga, what?
All right, first of all, I want to say this. There is no way that you trick before you go on a date. There's no way you start spending money before you get to know her. You start spending money on a woman, you don't get to know her. You got about 30 minutes to an hour, if you know what I mean. And in a lot of cases, I actually recommend that way versus going on a date with a woman who's charging that in the first place just to go on a date, and you still not gonna know what's going to happen. What you have to understand is a lot of these guys have taken on the ideology of a rapper. And if I didn't say that word right, who cares? You know what I mean. So when you look at a guy like this, you see the tattoos in the face, you see the tattoos on the neck. This is what you call new money. Now that he's gotten new money, he probably got it from glorifying women. You've seen a lot of guys online like Derek Jackson's and a couple others. As long as they're praising women, then you see their YouTube career go up because women start to donate to them and they start making money. So as long as he stays on the side with women, then guess what? He continues to have a social media career. But what he's doing with the money is he's trying to emulate what a rapper is doing. What you guys need to understand is when it comes to a real woman is very conservative. Why is a woman conservative? Because she's always thinking in survival mode. And I told you, a real woman is going to be looking for a conservative man that she knows is successful, but he hides it. That's the guy that's going to get the good woman. The guy that puts himself out there as a trick will get tricked in the end. That's just how the game goes. If you gonna pay for it, you don't pay for it and go on a date. You pay for it and you get to business. Other than that, before you pay for it, if you're dating, you go on a date first and you let a woman prove herself to you. If you plan on for her being in your life, you have to see where she is psychologically. These type of guys right now are just trying to make a living, feeding you false hope. The next video is going to be Steve Harvey gets told a story from a guy about a woman that he's dating. After that, we're going to have Andrew Tate is going to be breaking down why a lot of people are depressed. And this is a story that I think you guys should watch. He comes across really good on this. And then I got Ben Sharprino. Hopefully I said his name right, but you guys know he's going to be telling some black people some harsh truth that they really need to listen to. And then we have a girl right here. She's going to be breaking down the craziest things when it comes to linking up with a man. And when I talk about delusion, this is just delusion. This is going to be one of the ones that you guys, it's kind of like the type of girl that this guy should be dating when it's all said and done. But let's get to the first video, the next video with Steve Harvey. Let's get to it.
I matched with this girl who's like way out of my league, right? But there's some red flags already with her. She won't stop texting me, and I think she might be stalking me a little bit. Most recently, she looked me in the eyes and she said, "I want to have your babies." I've only known this girl for a couple weeks, and I looked at her back and I said, "Absolutely not." And then she whispered though, "Well, I know how to make it happen anyway."
You need to get the hell out of Chicago, the United States. You need to get out of anywhere that has free trade. The majority of really fine women is crazy.
And that's the moral of the story that I wanted you guys to understand. That a lot of men are constantly chasing the most beautiful woman in the world. What you have to realize is the most beautiful woman in the world to you is going to be the woman that hurts you the most, because you're chasing desires. You're not chasing personality. You're not chasing who she is. You're chasing how she makes you feel when you look at her. And that's one of the biggest problems that men have to face, that you're not going to understand until you get older and actually have the experiences underneath your belt. just like most of this information you guys are learning, it's not going to stick until you actually get the experiences underneath your belt. You're going to see a lot of beautiful women. They're going to end up with guys just like this. Guys that when they get to them, the guy just looks at them like they the prize and put them on the pedestal. But what those guys don't know is you would never, ever, 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 ever make a beautiful woman happy. The only way to get a beautiful woman to be happy is to not really give her anything at all and have her chasing your love. That's the only way that it works. Once you give up all your love, your life will go into shambles. That's real talk. Next video, my man Andrew Tate, and I like what he says in this one. Let's get to it.
Take two people, one believes in ghosts and one doesn't. You put them both in haunted houses. And in the middle of the night, there's a bang. The person who believes in ghosts is now terrified. There's a ghost, they're calling an exorcist, they're panicking in the room, they're hiding. The person who doesn't believe in ghosts goes wind and goes back to sleep. It's the same noise, it's the same scenario, but it's the belief that's in their mind that and ruins their life. It's the belief in their mind that turns against them. And I've said this many times. I don't even give a shit about right and wrong. I refuse to believe in things that take my power away from me. I'm only going to construct a mental model that allows me to be as powerful as possible. If believing in the idea of depression is going to take my own power away, then I won't believe in it. I don't want to believe in things that make me weak.
He's absolutely right. See, you guys got to understand, this is why I like this guy a lot, is because he's already placed himself on a pedestal. He's already set standards for his life that he want out of life and that he don't want out of life. But he also gets out and puts in the work to make sure that he physically lives up to his own standard and then psychologically stay focused with his standards of what he wants in life. That's what it takes to be successful. Everybody don't like this guy. I don't like everything that he does, but I like how he can stand his ground. I like how he can stay focused. I like how he can be who he want to be, because there's a lot of people out here who can't be who they want to be because they really don't know who they are because they're stuck in depression. And we have a lot of men in today's world who are stuck in depression and looking for a way to get out. The quickest advice that I can give you is just walk outside first and smell the fresh air. Get used to just waking up and just walking around. Even if you got to go to the mall, walk around. Start walking around, getting the fresh air. And then as you get fresh air, your brain will start to think differently. And don't be afraid to turn off the computers and the cell phones, because you can gain a lot of thoughts by doing that as well. Next video, my man Ben Sharpio. Let's get to it. Soprano, he one of those. Let's get to it.
Argue that racism is not a driving factor in income inequality.
Because it has nothing to do with race and everything to do with culture. And when you have a culture that doesn't, and when, you know what? Explain to me. You explain to me why black kids aren't graduating high school. Explain that one to me. Explain to me why black kids are shooting each other in rates significantly higher than whites are shooting each other. Explain to me why 13% of the population is responsible for 50% of the murder. Explain to me why the number of black kids in prison, not for innocent reasons, not for walking down the street and getting pulled into a prison, is so high. Explain, if it has nothing to do with culture, explain to me why the single motherhood rate in the black community jumped from 20% to 70% in the same course of time that the civil rights movement has made such tremendous strides. Is America more racist now than it was in 1960? And if it is, please explain to me how that happened.
He's absolutely right. See, what people need to understand, especially in the African American community, is that you have been reprogramming yourself into thinking that white people are the problem. Victimhood keeps getting passed down and passed down because of your parents and the family members that you surround yourself with. If you're constantly surrounded by your family members, chances are you still believe in racism. The family members that leave the nest and go off into the world to become something, they don't look at people the same way, because when you start getting money, everybody up here is different. You know what I'm saying? Money don't care what you look like. It ain't like you walking around and there's nothing but white folks. It ain't like that. See, a lot of you victimized and slave mindset black people, when y'all get money, the first thing y'all try to do, you try to emulate what you think people with money do. So you try to go play golf, you try to be part of country clubs, you try to go eat at the same places, you try to wear the same clothes, you try to emulate what you think rich white people are doing. But when it's all said and done, when you get the money, and you ain't have to kiss ass to get it and you work hard to get it, you ain't got to go and act bougie. You don't have to buy bougie things. You have some people that's going to buy a Mercedes. Some people, they're going to buy a regular Mustang and then spend Mercedes money hooking it up into what they want it to look like. That's what you have to understand. In life, you got to learn to be your own individuals and remove the shackles that are stuck on your brain. Next video is going to be a woman breaking down the craziest things when it comes up to linking up with a man. And you guys have to understand, these type of women have power. And they have a voice because they can surround themselves with beta males who's gonna be, oh, you hear what she said? Ooh, wow, you hear what she said? But what you're not realizing is when women get around a real alpha male, they don't even know how to talk. But when they get around beta males, they have all the freedom in the world. Let's get to it.
Us girls that are on the internet, Instagram or OnlyFans or whatever the case might be, when we encounter niggas that say, for example, no, I want to meet you in person, we just automatically assume that you're broke as fuck and you can't give $20, you can't give $100, you can't give $1,000 or $5,000, whatever the amount might be. We just automatically think that you're a broke ass nigga or a stingy ass nigga. Yeah. So even if we see you in person, we no longer want to fucking see you.
Okay, what you guys got to understand, what she said is she's talking about guys online that want to link up. That she's saying, I don't even think that you have anything because I met you online and you want to link up. That's what she's saying.
Like, ew, it's this fucking nigga.
Where they saying this at? Where they saying this? In your DMs or what?
No.
You automatically think that they're broke.
Like, well, for me and my girls.
Why do you get that?
Okay, papi, you like me and you want to see me, all right. So when I gotta see you, I gotta get my nails done. I gotta get my hair done. I gotta get my makeup done. I gotta find an outfit. I gotta take the time to get ready. And I'm gonna see you for fucking free. You can't send me no money. You can't be like, okay, baby, here, because I am used to that. I'm used to niggas, like the niggas that I have dated.
They send it to you, though.
They send it to me like, mommy, here. Right. Mommy, here. Get your nails done. Get your things done. Because Caribbeans, at least me, Dominican, Puerto Rican, we are like that. We like...
The women are like that, but what you have to understand is the only type of women that's really looking forward and don't have standards are the ones that are for the streets. You have a lot of Latino women that are beautiful, but Puerto Rican ones, they're a little bit like a lot of black women. They're probably the closest to black women in the Latino community, period. Puerto Ricans and blacks are pretty much the same. So for her to say, hey, I'm used to guys giving me this, yes, in the Latino community, Latino men can be the biggest simps. But one thing about the Latino community is there's a hell of a lot more loyal women. So it's actually okay to be a simp in the Latin community because it's a romantic community. The whole entire culture is based off of romance. But you do get a lot more loyalty when you're dealing with a Latino woman, and mainly a lot of Puerto Ricans are just like her.
Like to cater to our women. Here, baby, get pretty for me. Buy something for me. I want you to wear this color. I want you this. When you don't do that, you just be like, just pull up. I don't like to give money to bitches. I don't know. When I see you in person, broke. Well, I don't want no, stingy. Fuck you. Because I'm dating. I'm single. And I don't give a fuck if you're fat, if you're ugly, whatever. I fall in love with money. You give me money, I just love you, puppy. You know, I like money. That's what I like.
That's what you're saying. I hear that.
You have to understand, when a woman grows up without a father, this is the only thing she's going to know because she's going to grow up in survival mode. And I told you guys, if you grow up in survival mode and you do not become successful in your life, you will be stuck in survival mode for the rest of your life. When women get stuck in survival mode, they're typically going to be strippers. They're going to be prostitutes. They're going to be the girl that sell their soul for money. They're going to be the girl dating weird guys just so it's money there because they're in survival mode. They're doing whatever it is they got to do to survive because they never take the time out of their life to become a better person, go to school, learn culture. All they know is money, material things, money, material things, money, material things. You'll notice everyone that has the nice cars and the nice watches, that's all they have is that. They don't have a personality. Everybody sitting around them laughing at their jokes are just the cornballs that's never going to make it. Out here in the real world, the successful people are never flashy. You know why? Because we learn to accept reality. We are always in survival mode. If you want to survive in this world, you have to be prepared to keep people from wanting to take it. Haven't you noticed? Everybody that goes up will eventually go down, but if you never know somebody that goes up, then they never come down. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys got the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.